My baked praline French toast sends my family and friends over the top. There's something about its rich, gooey French toast and its sweet, crunchy topping, and the best part, you can make it ahead. I've already sprayed my 9 by 13 inch baking pan with some non-stick cooking spray. Make sure that the sides are at least 3 inches. I have a 16-ounce loaf of French bread, but if you prefer Italian, you can use that. So I'm gonna cut this into 20 slices about 1 inch thick. Okay, so we will layer the bread in 2 columns, slightly overlapping. I have 8 large eggs and a large bowl, and to that I'm adding 1 cup of milk, 2 cups of half and half, a teaspoon of vanilla, and a 1/4 cup of sugar, a tablespoon of maple syrup. And so now I'll add my spices. I have a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves, and I've got a teaspoon of salt. You want to whisk this together, and then we're going to pour it over the bread slices. Let me get ready to put this all together. So evenly pour your mixture right over the bread slices. I still see a few yolks here, so I have to whisk it a little bit more. So pour it over the bread slices evenly. There we go. And then gently press the bread slices right into the egg mixture so more of it gets soaked into the bread. So I'll cover this with plastic wrap or tin foil and put it in the refrigerator overnight. You want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees and make sure your butter is at room temperature. I've got a cup of butter. To that I'll add a cup of brown sugar, a cup of coarsely chopped pecans, a tablespoon of corn syrup, a tablespoon of maple syrup, and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon and a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Mix that all together. This is going to be your sweet, crunchy topping. So you can evenly spread the butter mixture right over the top of the bread slices with an offset spatula. I prefer to use a cookie scoop and just placing dollops evenly over the top. This is the best French toast casserole I have ever had. And it's so rich, everybody comes in for a second piece. Beautiful. Now I'll put it in the oven and bake it for about 35 to 40 minutes. It's gonna get nice and golden brown, and you want it to be nice and puffy. I like to dust the top with a little powdered sugar, and I like to serve it with a side of some pure maple syrup. This dish is the perfect entree to serve for a large holiday brunch. Enjoy.